Hello everyone, welcome to our Timeless Sunset Tarot. Now this is a general reading and it is open to all zodiac signs. So just take what resonates with you. It is also timeless, so anytime you find yourself watching this video, there might be a message here for you. Now let's try to see what is the main energy at the end of the day. Okay, we have here the card of the Empress. You are highly productive at this time and also highly creative. For those of you who are in a relationship, you are also highly fertile right now. So the chances of having a child is also very high. At this time, you are also able to nurture yourself quite well. You have good boundaries and you know that you somehow self-care is one of your priorities at this time. For some of you also, you are very much connected to Mother Nature, and somehow you feel the providence of nature in your life. Now let's try at the same time also, many of you are sensitive to the cycles of the moon. In fact, so sensitive to the point that you somehow have certain symptoms depending on what cycle the moon is in. So, in a certain sense, it can help you also understand yourself more and understand more also if you are very observant. You will understand more also how the moon can influence your person. And so, if you are able to really understand how the moon affects you, then you are able to also decide on which parts of the cycles of the moon where you should somehow embark on creative activities, embark on activities that would require decision making, things such as these. Somehow for some of you, you're starting to realize that there are moments in the cycles of the moon where you are able to be highly productive, and there are times in the cycles of the moon that there's a need for you to take some pause or some rest. So, these are the things that you also need to be aware of. Now, let's try to see how this will further unfold. Okay, so right now you are also assessing not only yourself, but also an endeavor that you've somehow begun uh, or started in the recent past. So it's an endeavor that you started in the recent past, and at this time it's already growing and it's flourishing, becoming strong. Uh, for some, uh, for some of you, maybe what you started is already bearing fruit, and you are right now taking a pause and trying to understand what is the next step. Now you are highly creative, so for some of you, maybe you are taking a pause and trying to see how you can improve more on the project that you already started. For some of you, maybe you are considering starting something new. Now, starting something new has two possibilities. One is to really completely change your career, or for some of you to continue what you are doing now and to add something more, like diversifying on something. But whatever decision you make, I think you can be successful because of your creativity and your capacity to manifest a lot of things. You have that gift of creating things, that gift also of creatively adapting to whatever challenge you are encountering. So, for some of you, you are in that process also of deciding with regards to the project that you are doing, and also with regards to the possibility of starting something new. Now, let's see what is the advice of the universe for us. For some of you, you are being called to a role of a mentor or a teacher. So, for some of you, because you've already somehow more or less mastered something that you started in the recent past, now maybe because you've already gained some experience and some mastery, you now have the capacity to be a teacher for others because of the experience and the discoveries that you've made along the way. So for some of you, you are already taking the role of mentor or coach or teacher or even a healer of mind, heart, body, and your spirit. So, in a certain sense, yeah, you are already becoming a guide for some. Now, for some, it can be that somebody can become your guide. But right now, what I feel is that it's more of you becoming a guide for others. Now, let's go to insights at twilight. So, for insights at twilight, let's get a random card from the Cosmic Reading Oracle cards. Okay, very interesting. The card here is letting go. For those of you who are thinking too much on whether to continue a career or to change into another, somehow the invitation of the card is to let go, not to think too much. Just be docile to the spirit. Be sensitive, be receptive, allow the spirit to guide you. The person here who is the Empress is able to be creative is because she is in touch with her inner self. She's in touch with the divine, with the universe. She allows herself to be guided because she listens to her intuition. The Empress has the capacity of letting go and letting herself to be guided from within. And when it comes to decision making with regards to continuing an endeavor or changing your course, like for example, uh, being inspired to be a mentor, letting go and being sensitive to the guidance of your inner self is very important also, especially if you're going to be a guide. The reason why you are already being called to a guide is because you already have the capacity to listen and be docile to your inner realm. So somehow, uh, this is the advice for you at this time. As you make a decision, as you make a decision, as you respond to the inspiration to be a guide, as you continue to be creative in your life, letting go, being docile to the guidance from within is very important. Well, that's it for today. Thank you for the likes and comments you've given to the channel. Thank you for subscribing. I hope to see you again soon. Until that time, may God continue to bless your ways.